Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back
to the Marc and Pete podcast.
Yeah, here we are again. Took a little break. We're on vacay, right? So we missed 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, 4 episodes,
2 weeks.
really. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We thought we could make it work. Turns out we could not. We could not release content while we were out on the road.
Yeah. So it would have been a lot of equipment to haul around, and we only had like one check through bag, and then I got sick kind of towards the end of it when we were coming back, and that's never good for a podcast. You don't want to hear a bunch of coughs and sniffles and sneezes.
Yeah. And also, what are we going to do? We're going to sit there, spend a bunch of time editing, while we're on vacation,
Sounds like a nightmare.
And to enjoy ourselves, no time for editing. Anyway, now we're back. Episode 13?
13?
Pete wants to stop numbering the episodes.
Well, I guess
we're gonna get them wrong.
I guess Mark wants to call it season 2 now.
Yeah, it's season 2. We took the break. Now we're back for season 2. A little different. There's a bass in the shot now.
Yeah. Oh, is that a bass? Is that the one with the 4 strings?
Yeah, it's a bass guitar. Yeah, it's those low notes.
Too bad we don't have someone to stand there and play it.
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Oh, that would be cool. Maybe we could hire that Eric guy.
We need to stop hiring people. we haven't even figured out how to make one work yet.
Yeah, how's that going? Are you still getting replies to that Craigslist?
Yeah.
Pete posted a Craigslist ad looking for podcast help. Apparently, tons of people have responded, and Pete's leaving them on red.
Yeah, I opened up my computer 2 minutes ago, and there's another email saying,
Yeah.
hey, here's my phone number. Give me a call.
Well, why aren't we responding to these people?
Oh, we've been on vacation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So is that what we're going to talk about? We're just going to talk about the vacation?
I guess, yeah.
Too many cans to have on the table.
Yeah, what is this? I like my can to be open before the show starts, too.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that crack.
No.
Should we go through pictures? We have all these pictures, and the idea was that was going to be content.
Well, I still like the idea of like some sort of cool lo-fi
Supercut.
music video, like supercut of the whole vacation. Because I know you were. I was there capturing like little short videos.
Yeah. Yeah, we reviewed them the other night. You remember that?
Yeah, we had a lot. We had enough to make something.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, probably a good 5-10 minutes. Are you thinking more like a 30-second?
No, like
reel?
5-10 minutes. Sounds good. Just a lo-fi jam.
All right.
Yeah. So let's relive it. Let's relive it vicariously.
Yeah. I haven't spent enough time thinking about it. All in all, I'd be interested to see your perspective on things as well. So, yeah, let's take it from the top. What did we flew out Friday, right? It was a Friday.
Friday afternoon.
The 1st of September.
Yep.
Yeah. Flew out of Kansas City Airport. Always a breeze. Real great airport to fly. It's very small. It takes about 10 minutes to get through security. Little bit of a delay because Pete needed to check a bag, which I usually don't do. I just carry on.
Yeah, but you put stuff in my checked bag. Like, you can hardly complain.
Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't need to. I didn't use my beard trimming kit.
Sure is nice to have, though.
Well, I guess.
Mr. Moisturizer.
It wasn't too inconvenient. But we made it through just fine. Pretty nice flight. What did we fly? Alaskan there or Delta? Alaskan.
Alaska.
I think it's Alaskan.
Alaska. I think it's called Alaska Air.
Alaskan Airlines.
I don't know. Alaska.
Yeah. So we flew Alaskan. It was all right. It's always kind of smaller planes. No TV. But I brought my, I just got a new sampler thing. And so we played with that on the plane. That was fun. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Talk about looking like a bomb. This thing has like a timer on it.
It's just
countdown.
an ambiguous
It's for like BPM LCD screen. Kind of scary and bomb shaped and sized and
perhaps
lots of buttons.
But no one complained. They did on one leg. I think coming back, I had to get it double checked in security. But yeah, pretty fine. Nice flight. Landed in Seattle, right? Seattle Airport. Like 4:20, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So landed. Got the car. That was easy. And then we drove to downtown Seattle, where we had gotten a hotel, right? Hotel room. And that was hard, right? When there are a lot of traffic getting into Seattle, just from the airport to Seattle, kind of a lot of.
Yeah, it's just constantly like congested, and merging in those lanes was like terrible because you're like, you come in on like the far right lane and you have to be on like the far left lane by the next exit. And there's just like a line of cars.
Yeah.
Down the middle lane. And
probably took us an hour.
How
long did it take us to get to the hotel?
40 minutes, an hour.
40 minutes, yeah. To go 20 miles or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a pain. But then we got to the hotel, and that all went pretty smoothly, except everywhere in these the Pacific Northwest, these hotels, they don't have parking included, so you have to pay extra for parking. That was annoying. And we had to park, like a block away.
Yeah, it was okay. The lot was like right across the street, and that ended up leading us to Cottontail, which ended up being like probably our favorite bar that whole trip.
Yeah, but we didn't get there yet, right? We didn't go night one, right?
No.
We didn't find Cottontail. We found all this other stuff.
Yeah, we went to go do touristy things.
Yeah, so we got to the hotel, put our bags down, parked, right?
Let's get down to the water.
Yeah, that's right. We wanted to get down to the water. Yeah. So we were in like the Pike's Place area, right?
Yeah, walked through there.
Is it Pike's Place or Pike Place?
It's Pike Place.
Pike Place. We're at the Pike Place. And yeah, that was a little touristy for my taste. The first place we went to look to eat, wanted to eat some fresh fish. Looked like all they had was like a carnival style, fried fish. I didn't want that. But yeah, we walked around. Did we do anything else before dinner? Though we found a pretty good spot. It had a bit of a wait. So
we had a beer at the fish that fish stand.
Yeah, the carnival stand. Yeah, we had a beer there, and that was nice. Real bright.
Watched a sailboat with a bunch of people on it sail out into the ocean.
Watched a bunch of tourists get on a big giant sailboat. Yeah, and that was nice. And then we found a better restaurant, but I had to wait. We had to wait for like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah, welcome to Seattle. Please stand in line.
Yeah, a lot of waiting on this trip. And then, we got a drink at the bar while we waited, and then walked out to the, was that a pier? You call it a pier?
Yeah.
Yeah, we peered out, and it was perfect. We caught the sunset. Maybe we'll add a picture of what the sunset looked like, because I've got a good video clip of it. Yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful sunset. Had a nice meal. I think I had steak and scallops.
Yeah, I had a seafood risotto.
Pete had the risotto. Looked good.
And then we got free dessert, and we were like, we don't really want dessert. And he was like, oh, you're drinking, aren't you? So he said we can do an espresso martini, and Mark said 2 of those.
Yeah, I love an espresso martini. The fair over here does it really good. Yeah, so that was cool.
So we did that.
That was cool. Had a nice stiff little buzz going after that dinner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was cool. That's exactly the state of mind I wanted you in.
Yeah.
When I took you back up the hill.
Okay.
Towards the gum wall.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, then we went to the gum wall. Yeah, got a good shot of that. We stuck some, just had some nicotine gum. Chewed it for about 2 seconds and stuck it on the wall. Yeah, so we went to the gum wall, and then what did we do?
Yeah, it's getting pretty late. That dinner took a while, and it was getting to be the later hours, 10:30, 11. And so we decided we wanted to just do some more in the neighborhood. So there was this pub that we passed on the way down to the restaurant earlier in the night. And
That's right.
we went in there, and I was surprised. I thought it was going to be like packed, but it was not. It was just moderately busy, and there were some people just playing pool pretty casually.
Yeah, that's right.
And we played that pickup game of pool against those guys. That one guy was like legally blind.
Yeah, we tried his glasses. It was fucking crazy. Projectionist, right?
He was a projectionist, and he was legally blind.
The blind projectionist. Well,
Pretty amazing.
yeah, cool guy. He lives in. Talked to him. He lives in California, right near where some of my family lives. So I tried to steer him towards. My mom and sister have like a farm stand out there. Told him he had to swing by. South Bay,
Which bay is that?
the south one.
Which bay?
Well, San Francisco Bay,
Okay.
but south of it, San Jose, Morgan Hill. That's where he lives. The projectionist, the blind projectionist. Yeah, so he was cool. We made some friends outside. I think I stole one of the projectionist cigarettes and smoked it.
Yeah.
First cigarette I smoked in years.
Yeah.
But it was good. And then we made some friends outside, right? Those guys, we got a great clip talking with them about something, Kim Kardashian or something.
We have a video of that.
Yeah.
We asked them to do a little shout out for the podcast.
Oh, they were doing a shout out?
Yeah.
Should we play the video? Can we do that?
Yeah, be on the podcast. Yeah. Zach, you want me on the podcast? I'm too much of a cartoon character. I'm real. I really like to see myself. Yeah, you like that? Yes. You thought Mac the Stallion was bad? Wait till you meet Mac the Stallion close up to 2 decks, 9 taxi. Yeah? Yo, alright. Raise your hand if you think this is Kim Kardashian. Bro, this is Kim Kardashian with the brain of a goat. Ain't this who Kim Kardashian go? She has no reproductive organs and local force is limited. It don't count as cheating because technically I ain't making out. There you go. That's all we need.
This guy in the pink hat, he was funny. He knew Seth Green.
Really?
Yeah, he had like photos with him.
How did he know Seth Green? I think I remember talking about this.
He was talking about how he like went to a bunch of Comic-Cons.
Oh, yeah? Big Comic-Con guy?
Like, he's a big Robot Chicken fan, and he was always like after Seth Green, and finally he got like a picture with him.
Nice. Oh, so he doesn't know Seth Green. He's like a stalker of Seth Green?
I mean, it was a pretty intimate picture. They took like prom pictures together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, pretty cool guy. They had me cracking up. That's for sure. Yeah, good bar. Good bar experience. I did get scolded at one point, but it's all right. Got over it.
For talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you met like like two groups of people in a row that were totally down to talk, and then struck out there when I was settling up the bill, the last one. They were not into it, but
Yeah.
I was probably slurring pretty heavily by then.
Yeah, we won't talk more about that. So that did kill the mood for a while because we were paying, we were trying to leave, and then like something happens out of my control, and all of a sudden you're in a really bad mood. Everybody hates me.
It wasn't too bad though, right? Because then we
made it back to the hotel.
we left there, Did we make any stops on the way back from the hotel? Or on the way back to the hotel?
We made one stop.
Yeah, where was that?
Have a Heart.
Have a Heart? I don't know. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got them right before they were closing.
Yeah.
We got some candy from them. Right?
Yeah.
Is that what we did?
Yeah. Served us with 1 minute till closing.
1 minute. And then we got back to the hotel. We're probably pretty tired at that point, right? So then we just passed right out. Is that what happened?
Yep. You, me, and a bottle of wine.
Is that when we got the hotel wine? No, I think
That would
was
have
the
had to
next
been the
night.
next night because
Yeah. I think we just
Yeah.
passed out. Yeah, so we did that, right? So that was night one. Pretty good long night. And then we woke up and we're like, let's do some more touristy stuff. So what did we do?
did we grab breakfast or did we go straight to Mopop?
No, we
'Cause
did.
you were on that hotel coffee.
We
think we got
did
breakfast.
do breakfast. Yeah, we went to that one. Remember what the breakfast place had a wait, of course.
Yeah, and so we went to the Fidalgo
Fidalgo- yeah, whatever that.
It's a very trendy Swedish
yeah, outdoor wear store.
brand.
It was very nice. It was a very nice store, and so we just walked around that for like 20 minutes.
Nice stuff. $40 for a T-shirt though.
Yeah, pretty crazy. It was like $60 or $80 for a beanie. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Their backpacks weren't too bad, but I don't know. Had a good chat with the folks there. They were nice, right?
Yeah. Talked about tailoring, sewing.
Talked to them about sewing. Yeah, because they had like
how to
a
wax a raincoat.
yeah. How often you need to wax your raincoat? So they were nice, and then we finally got into the restaurant, and that was pretty good, right? Didn't I? I think I had a Benny, like an eggs Benedict. Something like that.
Yeah, I had a salmon omelet.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Great biscuit. And a great biscuit was killer there. Not usually a biscuit guy, but that was a good one. Probably had a Bloody Mary, and
Oh yeah, with lots of horseradish. Remember?
that's right. Yeah, had a real kick to it.
Very horsey bloody.
Yeah, good spot though. Yeah, I don't remember how we picked that spot. We must have just Googled it or something.
Yeah, it was like nearby.
It was good. Yeah,
Pretty good find.
we just walked to it, and then from there we kept walking, right? And we went to the Mopop,
Yes.
the Museum of Pop Culture. Right.
Yep. Walked right in. There was no problem.
Walked right. Well, we did have to buy a ticket,
Yeah.
but yeah, they let us in. Did you think there was going to be a problem? Like they'd be like, "Sorry, we're all full up today."
I don't know. You never know.
Yeah. I guess. Pretty cool museum as far as museums go. I've never been to one quite like that, where it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it had like a whole cinema area. Well, first we went to like the music-y section where they had like this weird interactive area where you could play a guitar, you could play a keyboard, you could even play some drums.
You could scratch a record.
You could scratch a record. Pete was playing some weird
Laser gate machine.
yeah,
That was cool.
kind of like a theremin, but more laser based. It was a little weird, seemed a little impractical, but it was fun. Hung around there for a bit, and then there was a whole like I don't know, movies, and there was like a horror movie section and a sci-fi movie section. It had all these props from all these real big movies. You got to see what was notable.
I mean, at one point you were like, "Whoa, a Terminator."
Yeah, got to see a Terminator. A real life Terminator. Yeah, a bunch of if I were a cinephile, I'm not really a cinephile. I've been accused and prosecuted. But Pete is right. You're a cinephile.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Big nerd for that kind of thing. I think that horror exhibit is very quality. Like there's some good research and stuff, and I know we were just kind of skipping around looking at the props or like reading a whole bunch of the signs and the plaques, but there's some good research that has gone into that museum. It's a pretty quality exhibit.
Yeah, I would agree. Pretty nice.
On the contrary, we spent like a solid 20 minutes looking at Pearl Jam memorabilia. And like, I can't name 2 Pearl Jam songs.
There was there was a huge Pearl Jam exhibit. It was like larger than there was a Nirvana exhibit too, Seattle. But the Pearl Jam one was much bigger. Probably just because Pearl Jam is Pearl Jam still a band like that's actively operating?
I don't even know.
But they clearly had like way more stuff that they could give to the museum, That's probably why. But it was pretty cool. And then there was another exhibit upstairs. Some costume designer who must have been a Seattleite or something. So they did like costumes for Shaft, the remake.
The remake.
Yeah, which I didn't know that there was a remake. Right?
Starring Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
As Shaft.
Kind of crazy. Because who was it, Wesley Snipes that played Shaft originally?
I think it was like way earlier than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I conflate Shaft with Blade.
I think you might be thinking of Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaft didn't kill vampires.
What did Shaft do?
He killed like cocaine dealers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he part of like a comic book cinematic universe?
No.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
It's more like blaxploitation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought he was a comic book character. I'm pretty sure there's a Shaft comic book.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, and also Black Panther, right? Is that the other costume? That was the big one in the middle of the room.
Yeah. It was like Afrofuturism.
Yeah. Shaft, totally a comic. Yeah. What about Blade? Is Blade a comic? Probably. Yep. Yeah, pretty cool museum all in all. I would say, am I missing any exhibits that were notable?
A Mopop? No, I don't think so. It's the music, it's the movies, and then there's like the sound lab. Oh, there was like the indie video games exhibit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was a video game. That one was a little, I don't know, there was just a bunch of computers and stuff everywhere. You could like sit and play a video game if you wanted. And there were people doing it. But it didn't seem like, I don't know, there must be a better way to do a video game exhibit.
It's been there for a few years.
Yeah. You're saying it's just old? They don't care about it anymore? They had like this
neglect.
Big, awesome display in the middle of it, which had like a bunch of guitars and keyboards and I think drums and stuff, like all going up this pillar. And you could see like some of the guitars and stuff had like little robotic motors on them. And so I talked to the folks there. I'm like, how do we get this bad boy playing? It's obviously built to play some music. And they were like, oh, it hasn't played music in years. So that was disappointing. But pretty cool. So then what did we do?
And then you exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, we went through the gift shop, and we left, and then we went to that German beer hall that you insisted that we go to.
Yeah. Just down the street. It's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was cool. Real awkward interaction there. We walk in, and we go up to the bar.
And this place is huge.
Yeah, massive place, huge bar. We walk right up to the bar, wait for a bartender, They come up, they're like, "Hey, what can I get you?" We each like order, are the beers that we have chosen, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, you gonna drink this here?" And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna sit on the patio," and they're like, "Oh, we do table service at the patio." So then they just didn't take our beer order. So then we go to the patio, wait for like 20 minutes for someone to come serve us there. And it was all right. Yeah, it was all right. Once we got a server, then they were cool. But,
we killed a lot of time there. Hope you liked it.
Yeah, nice little patio. Yeah, that was the German beer hall. Not much to be said about that.
I do remember after that we grabbed a couple of Red Bulls. We were going to grab a couple of scooters, but the traffic situation, what with like construction and like the 40 mile per hour streets, I don't know. It seemed kind of unsafe for scootering.
Yeah, is that why we decided not to scooter?
And also we just walked.
Yeah, well, I think when we decided we were going to scoot from the beer hall, and then the nearest scooter was like a couple blocks, so we started walking, and then we're like, oh, we're halfway. Where were we heading to? I remember we stopped at a gas station, drank some Red Bulls.
We went to the synth store after that.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to Patchworks, Seattle's synthesizer store. Yeah, that was cool. Pretty cool. I'm a huge synthesizer nerd, and they had a lot of stuff that I'd only seen online, videos of other people using it. So that was pretty fun. Played a bunch of different synthesizers and talked to the folks there for a bit. Nice characters. Bought a shirt and a sweatshirt. Oh, I should have worn my Patchworks shirt today. Yeah, that was fun. Was that fun for you? You're not really a synth nerd.
We spent an hour and a half in there, but it was cool. The theremin was cool.
Yeah,
and playing with all the synthesizers. It was neat, and they had some interesting books, like reference books on like the Encyclopedia of Synthesis.
Yeah, they had some neat stuff. A lot of neat stuff. That was fun. Yeah, nice folks too. The guy showed us all those little pocket operators, walked us through them. Talked a little, just like synth culture with the one guy. That one guy seemed to know a lot.
Yeah.
Nazi looking dude.
That's a weird haircut. But then the other guy, the pocket operator guy, told us where he lived and how much he pays for rent.
Oh, yeah. I was asking him about the cost of living in Seattle. Not as bad as you would think. It was funny because he was like, I don't know, he was describing it like, oh, no, it's pretty rough. What you gotta do is you gotta get yourself 3 or 4 roommates, and but then he said like a 1-bedroom downtown you can get for like the same price that we pay here in Kansas City.
Sell your car.
Yes. What you want to do is you're gonna have to sell some drugs on the side, make a little extra cash, get some roommates,
give up your car, take public transit.
Yeah, he was funny. He was a funny character. So we were at the synthesizer store. We left the synthesizer store, and then what did we do?
And we grabbed dinner. So we were kind of hungry. We went back to the hotel, and we're kind of hungry. We weren't sure really if we were feeling the seafood, because we'd hit it pretty well the previous night, but weren't so sure about seafood. So we got Mexican.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a great Mexican place, right? Got some al pastor burritos, right?
Yep. The first of 2 large burritos we would eat on that trip.
Yeah, that one's significantly smaller than the
second one.
The second, yeah. The burritos kept getting bigger. But it was a great burrito. Great al pastor.
Yeah. And then, so we ate burritos on the sidewalk, and maybe had a Corona, and then went on to Cottontail.
That's right. Didn't we go to Cottontail first and then come back to it?
We did.
Yeah.
When we got back from the synth store, we went to Cottontail. We sat down, were immediately charmed by their collection of wooden tabletop games.
Yeah.
And pretty low key attitude in there.
Yeah, it was super chill. Well, it was interesting, so it was like in the door to it was in the parking lot that we parked when we were staying at the hotel. And had seen it and like seen, some punkers hanging around outside. I'm like, what is this cut? It wasn't completely obvious that it was a bar.
Might have been a thrift shop.
Yeah, could have been anything.
Could have been an art gallery.
There was just a big mural that said Cottontail on it. And so, yeah, I remember we got out of the car and we're like, we got to see what this place is. And yeah, it turned out to be the best bar in Seattle. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, we went there.
Best bar in Seattle.
And then, wouldn't you say?
I would.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I think so. We had a drink there. Probably played a tabletop game. Well, we fell in love with Connect 4, right?
Yeah.
While we were out there. Oh, let's play a game of Connect 4. Because I went out and I bought the exact version that they had. This is our new thing. We play Connect 4, and we're both pretty good at it. So, let's see how it goes here. Sometimes I win, sometimes Pete wins. Now, Connect 4, if you're not familiar with the game, you have to drop the pegs in the little slot. And the idea is to get 4 of them in a row before your opponent does. And it's I don't know, it makes chess look like tic-tac-toe, really, in its complexity. Yeah, so Pete's doing his usual tactic where he tries to surround my pieces, not allowing me to connect the 4. But it's not going to work. Not this time. Yeah, so we got a drink there, then we went to the Mexican place, and then we went back, where we discovered when we went back that they had karaoke, which, love. So, and again, we were pretty buzzed up by then, so, really
ready to sing.
Really in the mood to do some singing. So we go over there, it looks like there's a bunch of people hanging out by the karaoke place. Someone's singing some karaoke, and we politely wait for them to finish their song and walk up and grab the mic, only to be shut down
immediately. The worst case scenario. It's like, who is this? Who is this? Does anyone know who this is? Whose friends are these?
Apparently.
Do you know what was her name?
Harlow.
Do you know Harlow?
Apparently there was a birthday party going on, and this guy Chris felt pretty strongly that we should let friends of Harlow, the birthday person, sing first. And which, to be clear, it was not a private party. They had not rented out any space or paid the establishment any extra money to have any sort of privacy. But they just had a sense of entitlement. That's what it seemed like. And it was pretty upsetting. Pete thought I was going to punch Chris.
You were. There was this MC guy running the whole thing, I guess. Yes. He must have been with the karaoke machine company.
No, I think he
And
was just
He
was just
seemed
part
to
of
be
the birthday party.
keeping things in order, and you had a very quiet, intense conversation with him, at which point I thought a punch was going to get thrown.
Yeah. Well, he fell into this.
Probably by you.
We started having this very circular conversation, and it looks like you beat me, Pete. You get me beat out here.
Do I?
Yeah.
Show me.
Well, I can either go here and block you there, and then you can go there, or I can go there and block you there, and you can go here. So I have no recourse. Yeah.
Connect 4.
It's a tough game. It's
Woo!
that's the perfect situation. You want to get the opponent in, where they go one way, they're getting it.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly. Great game. I don't know why it's not more popular. I think part of the problem is bars and breweries and stuff, they tend to have Connect 4, but they have it in like this giant, cumbersome, oversized version, like outside. This is perfect for a tabletop. Yeah. And then so we were shut down by Chris, the birthday party, and then so we had to wait for like a goddamn hour and a half. Listen to all of them.
Harlow left. She was like, "All right, I'm leaving my own birthday party. See ya, suckers."
Yeah, and so she had to let everyone know she was gonna leave. So like, if anyone wants to like grab the microphone and say nice things about me, now's the time. And then there was a bunch of that. So we ended up hanging out at the birthday party, until they finished up.
Yeah.
At which point, everyone it was like a separate room where they did the karaoke. Everyone in that room left, and so it was just us. We sang a lot of karaoke. And, yeah. Some dude joined us at some point, right?
Yeah, this real he was like a punk, metal looking guy, and he sang Adele with us.
Yeah.
And then this one lady came in and she was just like, I just love your voices.
We have footage of it. Our voices
we have a lot of footage.
It was no good. But it was fun. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I keep coming up with like karaoke songs that I should have sung.
Yeah, right? We could do karaoke here. We have microphones.
We could.
And speakers. Yeah.
Perry would love that.
Yeah, Perry's the neighbor who's right on the other side of this wall here. Yep.
The band sounded good. The karaoke is too much.
But that was fun. So we did the karaoke, chatted with the owner a bit. The owner was cool. Told me a lot about. I always have these strange. We were talking to the Patchworks guy about his living expenses. A very similar conversation with the owner. Like, isn't it tough? How do you how did you finance it? Do you have health insurance? That sort of stuff. But yeah, good spot. Did we end up going back there, or did we just decree it the best spot, then move on?
I mean, we were there till last call.
Yeah, well, we were. Oh, yeah, and that was our last night.
It was our last night
in Seattle proper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We were there till last call, and that was the night. Then I decided to buy a bottle of wine from the from the hotel. They offered it. I'm like, where's the late night bars? And they're like, oh, we can sell you this bottle of wine.
I'd love to see the label on that bottle of wine. Just like pure regret.
Yeah, I'm sure they regret selling it to me because I spilt it all over the bed. Yeah, woke up in a pool of wine and Cheez-It dust. Right?
Yeah, we discovered the free Cheez-Its in the room. And
yeah, there was
broke into those.
Ate the Cheez-Its. And then that was the night.
That was the night. That was, I mean, I'm going to call it, Seattle was the best part of the trip for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got a lot of time to like spend there in the past on like previous trips, and like I've only seen bits and pieces of it. So it's cool to be like actually staying there and like immersed in the nightlife for a while, and just feeling like a part of the crowd.
Yeah. Do you like Seattle, like compared to Kansas City? You know, it's hard to tell when you're a tourist, or an out of towner. Like, are people just friendlier? Because we go out to bars and stuff in Kansas City, and like pretty rarely do we end up in like conversations with strangers. But we were talking to all kinds of people, and for better or worse in Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it was friendlier?
I think maybe it is the tourist thing. You have a little bit of like diplomatic immunity being a tourist. You can say, hey, I'm not from here.
Yeah. Well, and some of the people that we talked to, like the blind projectionist, he was also not from here, so maybe it's that. More tourists. We don't get a lot of tourists in Kansas City. There's not much to see. We got a big train station.
You like bull riding?
I think we're going to do wrestling. We're going to go to there's going to be WWE at the Sprint Center. I think it's coming. I think it's in like a week. We need to get tickets. You still down to do that?
Yeah. Let's go.
Hell yeah. So that was night 2.
Yeah. And then
this is out of 9. We're there 9 days.
Yeah. That third morning we woke up bright and bushy tailed.
Yeah, we did.
And shared a hotel room, did the bathroom thing.
Yeah, we got the
Mark got coffee in the lobby, and
this hotel, by the way,
I had a splitting headache.
It was the two queen beds, and there was I don't know, about 6 inches between them. Like so packed into this room.
Yeah, it was almost like one giant bed.
It was practically one big bed. Yeah. But I got coffee, and then we went and did breakfast. No, I'm thinking of another thing.
No. We just hit the road.
We hit the road. We were heading up to Anacortes, where Pete's vacation home is. About an hour and a half drive or something.
Yeah.
It took like 2 hours, didn't it?
Yeah, we stopped for breakfast at a Starbucks.
We stopped at one of Seattle's famous...
Breakfast in the bathroom. One of Seattle's famous Starbucks coffee roasters.
Yeah. It was nice. What is with Starbucks and always being out of the breakfast sandwiches? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they are.
We have the same issue with ours here. And
I hear it's because the employees just hate to heat them up.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard.
Is it like the ice cream machine's broken at McDonald's?
Kinda.
Same sort of. Seems like it's pretty easy to heat up. They've got like the coolest looking microwaves ever. Well, what do I know? But we got their last 2 breakfast sandwiches.
I read it on the internet.
And we kept going. What time did we land in Anacortes, would you say?
We get to Anacortes. We're going to go to the house, but we decided to get some provisions at the grocery store first.
Oh, that's right. We went grocery shopping.
Because we decided we're going to cook for dinner.
That nice local market.
Yeah. So I'd say it was like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 o'clock that we were there.
Yeah. Is that when we got the salmon and cooked the salmon?
Yeah.
First night?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. We were feeling pretty ambitious.
Yeah. Yes, so.
We cooked a beautiful salmon dinner with asparagus and fingerling potatoes.
Fingerling potatoes, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Came out good. I feel like maybe I overcooked the salmon.
My mom said that was the best meal anyone has cooked there.
Really?
Yeah.
That is crazy. What do they only eat out when they're there, or what?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Seems inconvenient. I mean, it's 10 minutes away from town, but it's kind of out of the way. Yeah, it was good. So yeah, we got the food and stuff at the store, and then we went to the house, hung out, checked out the views. Great views at the old Anacortes home, right?
Yeah, just marveled in the views.
Yeah, great views, and then we cooked. And we spent, this was the beginning of a lot of time spent sitting out on the back deck, looking at the water. When you can see water from the back deck, it's like, what else do you need to do? And I think that was pretty much night one, right, in Anacortes. Just
Yeah.
ate
Check
dinner
out.
and sat out on the deck. We wake up, day 3, this is day 4. Wake up, and this is the Deception Pass day, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Deception Pass is one of those things you got to see. It's just a big bridge, a very foresty area with some water underneath it. There are a lot of boats. We've got pictures of it. We'll put it up there. So we kind of, I don't know, would you consider that hiking? Would we hike around?
That was the most hiking we did.
It was the most hiking-like thing we did, yeah. Yeah, there was like a steep, we got to, climb down to the water and back up. Hung out there for a bit, took some goofy pictures. Yeah, worth seeing. If you're ever in the Seattle area, Deception Pass, it's a big green bridge.
Really remember.
Yeah, we hiked around Deception Pass, and then what did we do? At one point, we went into town.
Oh, we went into Edison.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we went up to Edison.
We went up to Edison because you
The day
before we were at the Brown Lantern.
we were at the
which
Brown.
is,
Yeah.
in downtown Anacortes, and you saw a bottle of whiskey that intrigued you because of like the weird shape of the bottle or something.
Yeah, it looked like a light bulb upside down, and it was a bottle of whiskey. And I tried like Googling light bulb, and I couldn't find it online. And so I asked the bartender. He ended up giving me a little nip of it, and he said, "Yeah, it's a Edison. It's a brewery and a distillery. Apparently, Edison is a town. It was just a few miles away." So we went up there and checked it out. And it was a pretty nice little drive. Cool little town. Tiny little town.
Tiny.
Oh, was that so? Did we also do oysters that day?
Yes.
Did we do oysters before or after Edison?
After.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we go to Edison. We went to one little, a lot of knick-knack shops. A lot of,
carpentry, metalworking.
remember we went to the one,
Art.
and I was wearing my Moog synthesizer sweater, and this one guy just started chatting my ear off, like ignoring the customers that were trying to buy things. He was just chatting to me about B-bender guitars and stuff.
Yeah, that's funny because that was not the first person who chatted you up about your Moog sweater.
It's been a great.
It was also the cashier at the Safeway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where this late one of the last nights we were buying pizza and you guys started chatting about synthesizers.
More
And-
people are into synths than you think.
And I feel like at the other synth store in Vancouver, they really
Right.
liked it too. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we're only halfway through the trip, and we're an hour into the podcast. So this is the
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, let's speed it up a bit. So
Yeah. So we went up to Edison, had a few beers at Edison Brewery. Lovely. Walked around the town, checked out the little like art and shops and stuff.
and then we went to my other favorite place, the Taylor Oyster Farms.
Yes. Yeah. And that place was a real destination. And like drive out to it and, park haphazardly and then wait in a big line to get some oysters. And yeah, Pete loves oysters. I like oysters. I thought I was into oysters. And then I saw Pete around oysters. Dude, we get a dozen oysters. Slam those down. Pete wanted to get another dozen. Could have been there all day eating oysters.
Could have been there all day eating oysters.
I like choked on my first one. I had put too much like this vinegar sauce that they gave us with it. Raw oysters. So you gotta like slurp it out, and like everything went down the wrong pipe. And I was just like heaving and choking, and Pete was just watching me, just not helping at all. And yeah, that was awkward.
You know the international sign for I'm choking.
Yeah,
right?
I wasn't actually choking. It was what I was. I was causing a scene.
You aspirated an oyster.
Yeah, pretty wild. That was nice though. Nice spot. They had like fires going around, and I don't know, a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It's a cool place.
Another, one of many beautiful views of the ocean. Yeah, we had our oysters, and then what? And then we head back to the house after that.
Headed back to the house. I want to say that's the night that we picked up the first pizza, and we just cooked a pizza in the oven, kind of like we do at home, and chilled out on the back deck.
Yep, more hanging out on the back deck. It was absolutely Jim. If you're watching that, the Bluetooth speaker, real lifesaver. Good call on that. That thing's great, by the way. Sounds awesome. Just grab the Bluetooth speaker, take it out. Also, the heaters on the lower deck. We discovered that I think the first couple nights we were hanging out in the upper deck. We were doing the upper decker, and it started getting cold. First 2 nights weren't that cold, but then it started getting colder. And downstairs, the outdoor heaters. The Bluetooth, pretty magical.
Yeah, so it's just magical. It's perfect up there.
It's a great spot.
So next day, wake up again, bright and bushy-tailed. Or was this the day we kind of like slept in a little bit?
I think this was the day we were starting to get a little. Everything was kind of catching up with us.
Yeah.
We're like, why don't we just hang around the house? Maybe we went into town at some point, but I think this was the day where you like flew the drone and stuff. And
yeah.
Is that right?
Which would have been like Tuesday.
Yeah. What is this, day 5 or 6? Or
Tuesday, because Tuesday was kind of like a rest day, kind of a wash. Wednesday we flew the drone. It was cool. But Wednesday we went to Vancouver.
Yeah, that's right. Went up to Vancouver. Pete didn't think it could be done, but we did it.
We did it.
Drove up. Easy drive. About an hour and a half to the border, and then like another half hour of heavy traffic from there.
Yeah, okay. Quote, easy drive. It was not bad up until the border, but as soon as we crossed over into like Vancouver city limits, the traffic was just like at a standstill.
Yeah. You want to talk about the border patrol?
Cops make me nervous. Even if I've done nothing wrong. Because that's their job, is to make you feel like you've done something wrong. And he let us know that he would arrest us.
Yeah. This went both ways, in and out of Canada. It starts off, Pete's driving, and they ask for our passports. Pete hands the passports. He's all nervous, his hands shaking. Immediately colors the experience for the patrolman, or the guard, whatever you call them, border police. He's like, "You nervous? Everything okay?" And like he's just immediately suspicious of us. Pop the trunk and then digging around, asking leading questions all over the place. Yeah, I thought I was going to get a cavity search. But since we were doing nothing wrong, he couldn't keep us there forever. Eventually let us through. But yeah, stressful. And then we get into Vancouver, right? So get through the traffic. Pete picked out a great hotel there. Awesome hotel, right?
Yeah, good place.
Pretty good spot. Yeah, we did really well with our locations of our hotels because everything had great stuff that was walkable. This was Gastown, right? Is that where we stayed?
Yeah.
Gastown. highly recommend. So we get checked in, throw our bags down, and then what do we do?
Went out to dinner.
That's right. Went out to dinner to that. I love that spot. What was it?
I forget what it was called. It was like the Heart and the Thistle or something like that.
Yeah, something super hipster. And they had like really cool, like really fun beers. Like they had like a sour that was super good.
Some good sour beers.
And then I don't know, what was it, like a tapas thing that we were doing? That's what we just ordered, a couple
Small
things
plates,
and split. Yeah, they had it was a meat pie, and what was the other thing
We
we
got some
got?
poutine.
Oh, and poutine. Yeah, you can't go to Canada without having some poutine. Yeah, they're both super good. Yeah, lovely dinner there.
Yep.
And then it was already getting late, so then we hit the nightlife, right? Went to spent a lot of time at this barcade, because we went there, and so it's a bar arcade, and asked how do we work the machines, and it turned out this was Tuesday, right? Because it was a Tuesday special.
Oh.
I remember them saying that Tuesday special, $20, all you can play. They give you a card, so we got a couple of those cards and kind of felt like we had to get our money's worth, right?
Yeah. So we played every game in the place.
Yeah, we hung out there for a bit. Fun games.
A lot of pinball. Pinball seems to be real big up in the Northwest.
In
there.
the PNW, yeah. We were playing pinball in Seattle too, right?
I got the high score on that machine, that Lord of the Rings one.
You did. The daily high score.
The daily high score.
Don't hurt your back jerking yourself off. Yeah. Just played some pinball, played some what was that one game where we're shooting the guys in the elevator?
Oh yeah, Elevator Attack Squad.
Yeah,
or whatever it was called.
we played the hell out of
Emergency
that.
elevator drop.
It's fun playing those sorts of arcade games when you have unlimited play, because usually it's one of those games that totally baits you into just keep feeding it quarters because you keep dying and you want to continue. But when you just have the card, pretty fun. I think did we make it all the way through the game?
I think so.
I think we beat the game. Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, hung out there for quite a while. And then we left. Why did we leave? I feel like it was because we were like, all right, done hanging out at the bar. I wanted to grab like a tall boy and hang out at the hotel. But apparently you can't buy alcohol after 11 in Vancouver unless it's at a bar. So there was no tall boy to be had.
Must be a public health thing.
Yeah, probably. So we just went to another bar, a much sketchier one.
Yeah, this one was
Very rough.
pretty divey.
Didn't you use the bathroom there?
Yeah. No doors on anything. No doors.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Nice bartender, but yeah, it looks like the kind of place where someone gets stabbed with a broken bottle. Probably about once a month. But yeah, that was fun. And then called it a night. Right after that, must have.
Yep, closed that place down and
Closed that place down. Yeah, a lot
went
of
back to the hotel.
a lot of weird liquor rules because there's last call's at 1:30 or something, and I'm like, oh, and of course you'll announce it when it's last call, right? And she's like, nope, not allowed to. These Vancouver laws. But yeah, called it a night. Woke up the next day, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then what did we do?
Again, and then we grabbed some breakfast. I remember
Yes. Did we? Oh, that's right. Yeah,
we went to
a bit of a kerfluffle around that.
the place down by the water,
There was one place
like
that was like
real-
really highly reviewed
Railtown.
that we tried to go to first, but had like a line out the door.
Oh,
and,
this brunch line was insane.
yeah,
Like this
Crazy in the middle of the week too.
This year's hottest club is the poached egg.
Yeah, so we ended up
It's
going
ridiculous.
to what I think was probably ended up being a better experience anyway. It was this, Rail Town,
Yeah.
right down by the water. It's weird. It was it's like the place where all the municipal workers go. Like we get there, we like walk in right after some firefighters, right, and then like as we're eating sandwiches, which were pretty good, very filling. As we're eating, like some cops come in, and I think there was like some sort of construction worker. Like it was the village people were there.
Yeah. I am a little bummed we just missed breakfast. Like I feel like the breakfast would have been so good.
I mean, you could have tried. It was like breakfast ended at like 11.
30 and it was like 11:35.
Yeah, I feel like you could have charmed them into cooking you some eggs. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
Anyway, we
got sandwiches.
we left our car, parked
Yeah.
downtown.
So yeah, we
And-
parked over by this breakfast spot, and then had breakfast. Well, had lunch, I guess. And then there's another synthesizer store over there, so I wanted to check that out. And it was like so hard to find. It was weird. We're now in like the Chinatown district, right? The Vancouver, and we're walking around. Like we walk into this, for some reason, a vegan clothing store was there, which is weird. I'm all for veganism, but when I expected, walking into a vegan clothing store would be like a bunch of leather stuff, that's fake leather, but it wasn't. It was just like a bunch of cotton T-shirts that like had quips about being
Kiss me, I'm vegan.
yeah, shit like that. Pretty weird to see like amongst all these wet markets and stuff. And supposedly there was a synthesizer store, but we couldn't find it. Finally, we tried this unmarked door, and there it was, and it was a cool one too. Do you remember what it was called?
Nightlife Electronics.
Nightlife Electronics. And yeah, it was cool. It had way more like obscure stuff, that they didn't have at Patchworks. So pretty neat. Got to touch a Moog Mini, like an old one from the 70s. Pretty cool. They had an Udo Super 6. They had that new Oberheim. Anyway, it's enough synth talk. But nice folks, nice guy.
Yeah,
there.
you seem to be enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it was fun. Different vibe from Batchworks.
And I thought it was interesting. We were like, you guys were really hard to find. Like, why don't you have a sign? And they said, well, it's kind of a sketchy neighborhood, and we have all this expensive electronic equipment.
Yeah.
We actually don't really want people knowing that we're here.
Yeah, it seems like they do most of their business is people know that they're there. They call them, make sure they have some piece of equipment they want. And they just walk in and walk out. It's not really. You're not going to get, someone just walking off the street be like, "Oh wow, a synthesizer? Never heard of it. Yeah, let me buy this $3,000 synthesizer from you." They're not getting any of that. So it's almost just like a fulfillment center, really.
Keys and keys.
Cool to check out though. So we did that, and then Pete was nervous about the car getting broken into because there were like a lot of encampments around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The homelessness was much worse in Vancouver than Seattle, and that's saying something.
It was, although I think in Seattle we were only in like the real touristy parts. In Vancouver we did a lot more exploring, went deeper into the dark underbelly.
True. Chinatown.
Yeah. So then we walked back to the car, and we hop in the car, and then what do we do from there?
We decided to just kick it out of Vancouver.
Yeah. No, you don't want to talk about the thing that happened?
Well, we got a ticket. We got a parking ticket.
We got towed. We get back to the car, and the car's gone. So,
and Mark says, "Whoopsie doozy."
yeah, I feel bad. I had kind of picked out the spot. I don't know. I had picked out a better spot earlier, which you dismissed, and then we parked there, which seemed like a fine spot. Apparently not. So we make our way to the impound, which luckily was just within walking distance. It was about a mile. And get to the impound and find out that we were too close to a fire hydrant, which, like, it's just, the rules there are so different than they are here. Because we saw the fire hydrant and we parked, probably 2-3 feet maybe?
Yeah, we left some space on either side.
There was plenty of space, if they needed to hook into it or whatever.
Yeah.
But there they had the rules written at the impound place, and 5 meters is how much room you need to give the fire hydrant.
And there was no sign on the street that said no parking.
Yeah, nothing to indicate. At first we thought, because then when we were looking around, there were some like pay, like things, pay by phone for the parking and stuff, and it was like understandable, if we would have just like gotten a ticket for that or something, but fucking tow us. Yeah. So yeah, we got the car from the impound, and then
at that point we were feeling, let's
get the hell out of this horrible country. Yeah.
No, Canada was cool.
No, it was great.
It's strange the whole time you're there. You feel like a guest,
Yeah, is that how you felt?
I felt like a guest.
Well, we were guests everywhere that we went.
I don't know. As soon as I crossed back into the U.S., as soon as I flipped the car speedometer over from kilometers per hour to miles per hour, I was just like, national anthem started going off in my heart. I was just like, God bless America.
Yeah, well, I mean, I liked Vancouver. I had a lot of fun. I wanted to stay another night. Remember? Pete said no. No more Vancouver. So back down to Anacortes we went, and this is nearing the end of the trip, right?
Yeah, the last 2 days.
Yeah. So we get down there pretty late. I think we stopped and got another pizza on the way there, right?
Yeah. We had lunch on the docks that one day too. Remember? We walked around all the boats.
That's right. We walked around the boats. Some pretty cool boats.
And then, speaking of boats, brings us to Thursday. It was our last day.
That's
our last
right.
full day. And that's when we took the ferry boat. The large ferry boats. Took us from
biggest ferry I've ever
biggest boat Mark's ever been on, I guess.
I think. Yeah.
Beautiful green and white ships, and they take you for $15. It's not that bad. They take you on a round trip. They take you on like a beautiful sightseeing cruise of the islands and land you in a little harbor where you can. What can you do in Friday Harbor?
Not much, I'll tell you that. It was a bit of a letdown. Well, I'm glad we went on the ferry, because the ferry was fun.
So Mark was mad because on the first ferry, the galley was closed and they didn't serve beer.
Oh yeah, I was a little bummed about that. Yeah.
And we were really looking forward to like a public transportation ferry beer.
Yeah. Although I'll say the pub was open on the way back, and that wasn't much of an experience either. It was like a cafeteria, like a hospital cafeteria.
Yeah, but that other guy on the boat had he had all those pocket beers.
Yeah.
So clearly there's some much more experienced travelers up there.
He obviously takes the ferry a lot. Yeah. So we get to Friday Harbor, and it's like this fake town, pretty much. Like all the buildings have like this like weird historical sort of look to them. And we just immediately go, we're hungry. So we went and got a sandwich over at some restaurant. Wasn't great. And then we kept walking. There was a brewery there, so we went and checked out the brewery. Pretty much just hung out there, and then had to catch the ferry back. Right? I knew it was pretty out there, but I don't know. I would say if you're thinking about going to Friday Harbor, it's probably pretty skippable. I think we would have had just as much fun hanging out in Anacortes. But the boat ride was the most fun part. So I guess, that's the thing.
Yeah, it was a good 6 hours of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the boat ride was very long. The ferry, it was like an hour and a half each way.
Almost.
Yeah. Pretty fun. Big, yeah. I think the biggest boat I've ever been on, because it's not what I expected. I expected to be like getting hit by mist and stuff, and no, it's like mostly indoor. You can step outside, and that's nice, but it's so big and tall. You're like pretty far away from the water. Never saw any sea life.
Yep, if you're lucky, you can see like whales and killer whales and seals and otters and bald eagles, but we really didn't see anything.
We weren't lucky. No. What can you do?
Yeah.
Nah.
Hey, I ate oysters. I'm happy.
Yeah. So then we get back from Friday Harbor, hang out on the deck again. Hanging out on the deck doesn't sound that great, but you got to be there to experience it. It was pretty nice. And and then that was it, right? And we woke up the next day, packed up, and headed back home. Yeah.
Yep.
Not a bad experience. The Seattle airport, not great. Not great compared to, not the worst airport, but long line for security. It was a Friday, right?
It was a Friday.
Yeah. Got in around midnight. Saw Abby. Hadn't seen Abby in 9 days. She was very excited. And then, it was good that it was nice to end a vacation on a Friday. Get home, have the weekend to, just kind of, should have laid low, but I don't know, probably did all kinds of stuff.
At least we didn't try to podcast.
Yeah. No, Pete got COVID on the trip.
I didn't get COVID. I got a cold from like traveling. I was very sick. I took a test. It was negative.
You took 2 tests, right?
I took 2 tests. They were negative.
Yeah. He got a cold. Wasn't feeling it. It was too. He's still a little bit sniffly, but I think you're pretty much over it by now. Although he says he can't breathe when he's trying to sleep at night, so that's probably something to look into. Well, is that what we got?
Yeah, that's a travelogue. Pictures will follow. We're gonna make a cool supercut of all of this sometime.
Our video scrapbook.
Time for our video scrapbook. It'll be cool. It'll probably be like nothing Marc and Pete you've ever seen before, but it'll be cool. It'll be more like a kind of like a music video.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess. Yeah. Am I going to make some original music for it?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Right? That was the plan. All right. Well, that's the Marc and Pete podcast, everyone. Hope you enjoyed hearing about our vacation.
We're back. It's season 2.
We're back. Get us in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about next week. All right.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Catch us on all the channels.
We say that every episode. No one likes, no one subscribes. So, fuck them. Bye.